In this video I'm going to talk about the fast track in both the 101 and 202 games. Now you get to the fast track by increasing your cash flow to be more than your expenses in the 101 game and more than double your expenses in the 202 game. So it's obviously much more difficult to do in the 202 game and obviously takes longer. Let's have a look at some of the squares on the fast track. First of all, there's the green squares which you're aiming to buy to increase your cash flow. These are businesses and you need to increase your cash flow by $50,000, so this one enables you to increase by 5,000. So you need sort of around 10 businesses to get your cash flow to about 50,000 or more to win the game. And you put your token on them when you've bought them. The charity square is quite good because this enables you to increase your dice from 2 to 3 by paying a one-off payment, but also you can then choose to throw 1, 2 or 3 dice, which is slightly better than the charity in the rat race. Other squares are the yellow squares where you get your cash flow. And there are 3 of these in the fast track, so you very easily generate lots of money. But you also lose lots of money. If you land on lawsuit, you lose half your cash, and divorce, you lose all your cash. And there's one other square down here which is the tax square. Now there are other squares on the fast track which are just more like gambles. Basically you get a full 50,000 cash flow here, which means you instantly win the 101 game if you roll 4 or higher on 1 dice, and that only costs 225. So that can be a very quick end to the game if you land on that one. There's also pink squares which are called dream squares. So just as a recap, at the beginning of the game you put your cheese on a pink square. Doesn't matter which one it is. The prices do vary a little bit, but you don't pay any money for it at this stage. When you eventually get to the fast track and land on your cheese, you pay that amount and you've won the game. Now if somebody else lands on your dream, say the orange player, they place their token on it, and when you then land on it, you have to then pay twice the cost of the dream. And also if a third red player lands on there, you would pay 3 times the amount. So it's not quite as straightforward as you think. Now there's even more complication in that 2 people can buy the same dream or choose the same dream. Now the same thing applies. If either of them land on that square and they pay the money, they win the game. But if they decide not to pay for the dream because they can't, they haven't got enough money for instance, they then obviously leave their token on there, and now black in this case would have to pay twice as much to buy their dream. Okay, that's it. Some of the fast track features in the 101 and 202 games of Cashflow.